here we are at the kitchens of the Floral Pavilion at New Brighton. This is where Carringtons are lucky enough to have a great catering contract here. And if you can just see behind me, you can see the sort of setup that we've got here. Today I'm going to be cooking pumpkin soup. It's around Halloween now, so pumpkins are all in season and you'll see them all through the supermarkets. So good way of using that pumpkin after you've carved it out for your children and their lantern to turn it into a nice soup for the winter. Nothing better really. Get home from work, quickly dip in that fridge, get the pumpkin soup on the go. So what do you need to make, ingredients do we need to make pumpkin soup? Obviously we're going to need pumpkin. Okay, so we need pumpkins, we need chopped onions, chopped tomatoes, garlic, thyme, tarragon, little 2 ounces of butter, some celery, some stock, which we've got here. You know, the stock you can either use chicken stock or you can use vegetable stock, depending on whether you're vegetarian, etc. Also a little bit at the end, we're going to put a little bit of ground cumin into the soup just to spice it up a little bit, and we'll finish it off with some double cream also. So all we need really to start off is a good sized pan, preferably one with a good thick bottom on it. That will stop the ingredients from burning too easy. So let's get the pan on the stove and let's get it hot. We're going to add into the pan approximately 1 ounce of butter, and then we're going to get the butter melted. As soon as that butter's melted, we're going to start adding some of the vegetables. Okay, so here we have approximately 2 ounces of onions going in. One clove of garlic, that just needs to be roughly chopped. An ounce of chopped carrots. Approximately an ounce of celery. Give it a good stir now, making sure all the time that the vegetables aren't burning. You just want these vegetables to sweat in the butter, and therefore they're going to cook without getting any extra colour on them, so they're not going to brown. We want them staying the same colour, okay? Leave them on for about 2 minutes, keep giving them a stir, then we'll start adding some of the other ingredients. Okay, so we've let these vegetables sweat nicely now. Now it's time we're going to add some of the pumpkin and also the tomatoes. Then we're going to add the stock and we're going to cook it all together, okay? So, pumpkin. We've got approximately 8 ounces of pumpkin there, which has been chopped up. We've got approximately 2 ounces of chopped tomatoes. Again, stir it all in. Sprig of thyme, sprig of tarragon, and then we're going to add approximately a pint of stock. There you go. Later on, when we puree this, all the ingredients that are in there will naturally thicken the soup, and so there's no need for flour or potatoes, etc. to add to it. Back onto the stove. That will cook for approximately 20 minutes, 25 minutes, and then it's time for it to be pureed. Okay, right, if we have a look in this pan now, all our ingredients are cooked thoroughly. So therefore now they're ready for pureeing. We don't want to just keep on cooking them and cooking them because all the flavours will go dull in the soup. You want it to be fresh. So now we're just going to add approximately half a pint of double cream into the soup. And now we're going to liquidize it and finish it off with some salt, pepper and a touch of cumin powder. Let's get our ingredients first of all. Get them into the liquidizer. Okay, lid on. Make sure the lid is firmly on. Cover it with a cloth to start with. So if it does raise up and splash, the cloth's going to get that and not your face. Turn it on. Puree that right down so it's as smooth as possible. Then what we're going to do is pass it through a sieve to remove any little lumps of vegetables that haven't pureed, and then we're going to season it up with the salt, pepper, lemon juice, etc. There we go. Right. Just pass it through that sieve. Push it through with a ladle. There you go. There you've got approximately 2-3 portions of soup. Obviously if you multiply the volume of the amount of ingredients, you multiply the amount of soup that you're going to get out of it. Therefore you can make practically something for a family of 10 if you want, just by multiplying those ingredients by that bit more. Okay, let's taste it, season it up, and then serve it. Okay, have a taste. Yeah, salt, pepper. Give it a good mix in, just leave it a few seconds to dissolve and all the flavour to go in there, and then taste it again. Lovely. Look. Touch of cumin powder. Don't put too much cumin in. It will totally overpower the taste of the pumpkin. So just a little bit. Lovely. Okay, and then serve the soup. Serve it with a nice crusty bread roll, nice and hot. And don't, whatever you do, be conservative with your portion giving. Make sure big hearty portion of soup for a good cold winter's night.